It's about to get Gabby AF.
We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF. We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Gabby AF with someone who's becoming quite literally a regular for me, which I don't hate. And he's wearing a Yankees hat, even though the Yankees just blew in Game 5.
They did.
Oh, hello, Tommy. I didn't even let you in yet. I didn't do the welcome, but he's here. It's Tommy Dreamer. Oh, he's moving around.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be moving around. I got to get comfortable.
Okay.
Horrible. Does it have to be video? Can't it just be audio?
I mean, I like seeing you. It's easier to... Oh, upside down. Oh, this is great. This is fun for me. How are you, Tommy?
I'm okay. A little tired. Got a busy day today. Got to do this. Got to do a meeting, and then I got to fly out.
That's exciting. You were just out for BFG.
Yes. Hell of a show. Very, very proud of all the stuff that's going on in TNA. Consecutive sellouts. I believe it was the largest U.S. domestic gate for the company, which is awesome to hear. And they just beat the record that happened in San Antonio.
Wow.
Which was only a couple of weeks before that. So it's a continual rise. I'm enjoying everything that's going on and just seeing the men and women being able to work now in front of like 2,000 to 3,000 people on a daily. It's really, really cool to see because the atmosphere is totally makes a wrestling show. I thought the show was really, really good. Obviously, Jordan and Masha was amazing.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth was very, very good in ring. Very controversial finish. And then, of course, Matt and Jeff probably doing the impossible, where winning the TNA World Tag Team titles and, Full Metal Mayhem, which is basically TNA's version of a TLC, which, to see those guys just doing it. There's one great shot, like they went into the crowd and everyone's like cheering and the music was playing. And, they're both pushing, if Matt isn't 50, like they're both pushing their 50s. Or late 40s, and they still were the Hardy Boys. And I love that about pro wrestling. So, I mean, that was cool. And then, I got to induct Rhino into the Hall of Fame, my friend. You know this, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, Gabby. And
thank you for that. I don't know why you woke up and chose violence today, but okay.
I didn't get gored because I inducted Team 3D into the Hall of Fame, and then the next day I got 3D'd. Raven DDT'd me when I inducted him, but Rhino did not gore me, but he did make fun of my jacket, so that's a whole other story. Meanwhile, he wore a jacket. It could have fit me, you, and about maybe your mom, your dad, and your brother in the jacket. How big that jacket was. And he looked like he should be valeting cars and not being inducted into Hall of Fame. Bright red, like you're wearing.
Like, I love bright red. This is like my favorite color.
You're really thin, Gabby. How much weight have you lost?
Oh, we talked about this last time you were on the show.
You don't weigh yourself.
No, I lost like 50 pounds.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I've gained 50 pounds.
Okay. This is where a bully would insert a joke.
I gained, speaking of gaining weight, Bully Ray, taking on the NXT scene.
Good segue, Tommy. Bully Ray and coming for Rich Holland. And he's
big show coming up at the arena.
Yeah. Listen, I love Bully. I thought he did a good job in the ring. I think him saying, like, I've had more championships than you've had championships opportunities was kind of the gotcha. I think it's great when the legends come in to NXT and have these matches with the young guys because it only helps elevate them and get the excitement from the fans. And it kind of shows too that like people know without like having to know like the history of ECW and like how important it is to like bring him back in for NXT in Philly. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, it'll be a great show. Hard for me to talk about because I wasn't invited, and
Right.
it's all good. Will be a great show. Personally, I'm upset. Professionally, it'll be awesome, and happy to see everybody get those opportunities.
Do you think Bully's gonna win?
I don't care what he does.
You don't care what he does?
I don't trust Bully, so he'll probably turn on Trick Williams because he's not a nice
Ooh.
person.
Interesting.
He'll
I don't know.
continue his run.
He seems like he really doesn't like Ridge and Ethan Page, though, at all. I don't know.
He's
I feel
like the thing from Lord of the Rings. Once he sees gold and fame, he needs it. He's
I don't
Gollum.
Rings.
Gollum
Gollum?
needs that. He needs the ring. It's my precious. That's how he is.
You know who I used to get Gollum confused with? Did you ever see Harry Potter? Dobby.
Yeah.
Dobby from Harry Potter, I think, looks like Gollum.
Yeah, they do. They're similar gimmicks.
They're both small and tiny and like creepy eyes.
I say that we call my dog that Dobby.
Oh,
Dobby, same thing.
Yeah, it's all the same shit.
I actually call her the Dobes because she looks like that person.
Imagine if she was a Doberman that looked like that.
And she's not. I don't know what she is.
She's not. Speaking of NXT, though, I do think that image of the women, by the way, Jordan showing up in NXT, we were just talking about Jordan losing the title to Masha. I thought that was an exciting moment when she came out with like Kalani and Stephanie and Julia. And that was like a good moment for women's wrestling, especially NXT women's wrestling. Like, I think it's easy to say that they're like a force to be reckoned with right now.
Earlier you were talking about Bully Ray and helping out with Trick and endorsing the younger guys, and in that tag match they're having Dawn Marie be the referee. Early ECW, Paul Heyman was brilliant in the fact of he gave all of the young guys people to help, in the sense of it was me and Terry Funk, it was Shane Douglas and Sherry Martel, it was the Sandman and Woman, it was Taz and Kevin Sullivan. All these people that were established already to these people that weren't established, and really, really helped build us. With that match alone, I mean, that was a moment. I mean, Jordan got the loudest pop of the entire show.
Yeah.
Number one, it shows how deep as well as talented that female roster is in NXT. The other part I would say was Rhea Ripley coming in and endorsing it, because she's the most popular female right now in professional wrestling. And her coming in endorsing that really put the stamp of approval on it. It's going to be an amazing, amazing matchup show in what a lot of, I was talking earlier about, the TNA fan base and how it's been growing, but this is also the entire crew will feel an entirely different crowd than they've ever felt before.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. It's going to be, like I said, nothing they've ever experienced before. I don't care how they've wrestled in front of more people, but they haven't wrestled in front of the best fans in the world. Those fans are in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And you mentioned Rhea Ripley, and now they had her get that attack in the parking lot with NXT from Liv and Raquel. I feel like people should just never hang out in the NXT parking lot. Everyone's just getting injured. Do you think we're not going to see her for a while? I think they're writing her into an injury, and we're going to see her off TV for a little bit. How do you think they're going to?
Would be smart to do, unless she goes to Saudi and causes Liv to lose. She's also a tough woman, and she could come back and get on a plane a couple days after being bloodied by a baseball bat. It's pro wrestling. I think, it's hard. Excuse me, because you have heel.
Right. But is she a heel? She's not.
No, I'm talking Liv and Nia.
Oh, yeah.
I also think it's cool, like they have so much female representation over in Saudi. That was such a big deal going there. And when they first did it, it was all everyone's like, oh, it's all about the money and a money grab, which, yes, $1 billion. I would go anywhere. I would go to the sun and wrestle on the sun for $1 billion and come back. But it's cool. Like, even they had the tag team match with Bianca and Jade will take on, it's going to be a 4-way. So you have 2, 4, 6, you have 8 women going at it. I think that's awesome, especially there. So, I mean, again, change, and that's what they were always talking about. My shoulder's hurting from holding up a phone. Now I'm blocking it. Overall, the Saudi show's going to be pretty good, pretty interesting. I think they've done a very, very great job of building Cody Gunther. Would like to massage the women's part of this show a little better, in the sense of, I think the men have the main focus, but it's also cool just, again, to have all that female representation on the show. I have not watched Raw this week. I will do so soon. I just finished SmackDown yesterday. I thought it was cool with the Usos getting back. And that's my recap of the world of pro wrestling.
Well, I mean, you didn't mention Dynamite, which had a big moment. And
new tag team champions.
New tag team champs, Bobby Lashley showing up. So before we get into the new tag team champs, because I'm very excited for Private Party. I've always been big fans of them. And they beat the Young Bucks, which is pretty epic, I feel like, for them. What are your initial thoughts of Lashley joining back? MVP says business is back.
I'm a big fan of Bobby, Shelton, and MVP. Personally and professionally, I'm friends with all those guys. They do have a real life friendship, which is awesome. I think the Hurt business, I know they're probably going to be, the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
I think the Hurt business, when they were in WWE, that was during a really bad time during WWE. And that was, during a bad time during the world with COVID. But I really did feel like they were the MVPs in the COVID era.
Yes.
They don't get enough praise. Same was like Zelina Vega, Andrade. They were all really, really carrying pro wrestling during a really crappy time in the world. So I think and I don't think they were used to their potential, but also, like, there was no fans around. I actually feel that they're baby faces and could be massive baby faces. AEW has a lot of groups, a lot of people, factions. And if you're talking, you have a lot more heel groups than you do baby faces. And I feel that they are an over baby face act. They're recognizable from their time in WWE. And I just think they really can grow if done correctly in AEW, because they're a force.
So I had Shelton on my show last week, and something we spoke about, obviously Bobby wasn't in yet. So I said, how would you feel about Bobby showing up, etc. And something that's a little different is, obviously, it's the 2 of them with MVP. It's not 3. In WWE, it was Shelton and Cedric, and they were the tag champions. And then Bobby was the focus. The spotlight was on Bobby. How is that going to be a little different in AEW? Because Shelton told me, he wants the spotlight. He wants a world championship. And not for nothing, how much time, he said, how much time do I really have left? Like, it's ticking for me. I'm a little bit older. He's going to have 25 years in the business this coming year in 2025, which is wild. So, like, for me, I think about it that way. Like, are the 2 of them going to team up automatically and be a team? Is Bobby going to go straight? Are they going to be competing for the same title? Like, that's where it's a little in the dark for me. Because already last night, you had Shelton lose for Bobby to show up, while Shelton was on this trajectory of being this monster.
I agree. Man, it's a hard thing to call. If you want to talk about tag titles, new tag team champions, Private Party, it opens up. But they are 2 guys that should dominate. Don't know if Bobby's going to go the world title route. they're new. I mean, Shelton literally said he was also on this show called Busted Open that I'm on. That he's
What's
been
that?
there. He's been there for a month,
Yeah.
so he's just kind of feeling it out. It'll be interesting. It really would. I also know they have a history with Leo Rush, especially with Bobby Lashley. You never know if that could be something down the line, help him out.
Yeah.
Hard to say. They just got there. Stop rushing it. Stop rushing the process.
I'm an overthinker. You know what I mean? I always think of it like, what if they win the tag titles down the line, whatever, and then when they do, one of them turns on the other, and then MVP has to choose between.
That's good. You literally are finishing them up and splitting them before they've gotten together. It's nice, Gabby. I'm so glad should we just call you Twitter?
Twitter? No, I just think this way. Because here's the thing, I just had Shelton on, and like when Shelton did finally show back up, everybody was like, finally he's getting this opportunity for a world championship. He deserves it. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. And then it's like, I hope he does get to that point.
I do too. Time will tell. If they deem it that way, yes. I mean, they do have a lot of representation with titles there. So, I mean,
Right.
He could win a version of the title. I don't know if, again, the Hurt Business against the BCC would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Shelton, Moxley, great. Bobby Moxley, great. There's a lot of good matchups you could have. So
do you think they add anyone new?
I just said Leo Rush. Thanks for listening to your podcast.
Leo Rush? Yeah, I could see it, I guess. I don't know. Well, possibly. I don't know. I'll think about that one.
Okay.
We also mentioned Private Party, and I thought that match was awesome between Private Party and the Young Bucks. I'm excited to have another like fun tag team be the champions. I think like their whole gimmick coming into the ring, dancing, shots, like all that kind of stuff. Like it's a fun thing to have. We had that with the Acclaimed, and they were super over, like the chants and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see that for Private Party. Plus they're young. Plus they've been in AEW from the start. So it's kind of nice to see a new team rock the titles and not, the Young Bucks.
Well, you're a party girl, so you would like them.
I do love it. I love them.
You like drinking. You like the Solo Cup guys in WWE.
Well, they're gone now. Sad.
Really? They are? Where'd they go?
They don't do that anymore.
Oh.
They don't come out with like.
They should get back to it.
That was the Street Profits.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
That was unique and different.
I just like when you're in an arena and you can feel the excitement. Like Jey Uso has that with the yeets and like the fun stuff where it's like, if you're in it and you know about it, it's like a good time and you're part of it and you're in a party with all these people and you're all at that moment on the same page. Like, I think that's cool.
You would have totally been the girl that Sandman poured beer down.
Oh, yeah.
You would have been like, and then he would have gone and walk away and you're like, give me another.
Yeah, 100%. The last thing I want to talk about, because I know you have to go. You're very busy. Thank you for squeezing me in this morning.
Burp? What did you just do?
I didn't burp.
Okay. Hiccup?
Maybe it was a hiccup. Yeah.
Take a breath. Keep going up.
One of those.
Okay.
But even if it was a burp, thank you for calling me out about it. You're just a gem.
I thought you were having a heart attack. Those happen to me a lot. It's like you pause. Oh, my heart. Oh, okay.
It's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know have you seen the videos of the boogeyman like scaring WWE superstars? I've been laughing my ass off about it, but also I'm insanely scared of the boogeyman. Like, it's actually insane. What's your scariest moment in pro wrestling? Either personally, I guess personally.
Gabby, I was fearless. You don't know this person. Still kind of, I don't have these concerns. I would always have more concerns for my fellow wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
like Chris Bay just had an accident in the ring,
Yes.
and like, you know, I would rather have something like that happen to me than to what happened to Chris. And hopefully he's going to be okay. I believe in the power of prayer, and I hope everybody continues to pray and continues to donate to that GoFundMe, because it's cool to see the wrestling community.
Yes. 100% come together.
Yes. I have been on fire. Like, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm going to burn to death. I have done a plancha to the floor where nobody caught me, and I couldn't move. And like, I was like, oh, I'm crippled now. And I couldn't feel like anything. And just like, I got a rush of warmth through my body. I got, a stinger. I used to climb to the top of a building and either get thrown off or, choke slammed off. And like, when I'm getting choke slammed, I would jump.
Mhm.
So like, I mean, more concern. I remember one time, something with Terry Funk, and I was like, I was a wreck because it was Terry Funk. Or something happened to Beulah, and I was like so concerned for her over myself. I think she broke her arm, though she was like a trooper about it. But there's more so, again, been in riots, like, and during a riot, I'm very calm, and like, I just know my targets, or it's just, I am weird, Gabby, and just think differently. But I have no fear, but it's moments for other people really have made me, like, again, the Chris Bay thing. I'm like, I feel I get so upset about it, but then I'm like, I've had similar, and like, even when they told me I broke my neck, I broke my back, I was like, oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm still here. And like, what do you mean I broke my neck? How am I still wrestling? Oh, I broke my back. Okay. When can I get back in the ring? And they're like, well, you should have surgery. I'm like, no, I will not. So I'm a crazy person, as you know.
I'm not.
And I'm still, oh, that's how I have you in my phone. Crazy Gabby. This is my phone. It says Crazy Gabby, Crazy Lisa, who's Victoria, Crazy Steve, because that's his name.
That's his name.
So
Yeah.
I have legit names of crazy people in my phone.
Well, you're just in my phone as Tommy Dreamer. So should I change it to Crazy Tommy?
I'm not. I'm normal.
Okay. Anyway, I think we have to wrap because I think you have to leave. But I appreciate you coming on.
You're
And
going
like
to
you mentioned,
continue to talk to yourself? What are you going to do?
no.
Oh, this is the show?
Yeah, it was just a quick little recap.
Oh,
I
nice.
can do whatever I want. It's my show. It's like, you know what I mean, Tommy?
I know you totally talk to yourself.
I do talk to myself most of the time. If you didn't join me, I would have been talking to myself.
Hence Crazy Gabby.
Doesn't everybody kind of talk to themselves?
I talk to my dogs.
Me too.
And I feel they talk to me back.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
If you hear voices,
I hear voices
I-
in my head. They talk to me.
don't quote my God. That's, I love Randy.
Randy.
By the way, Rich is looking pretty good. Just saying.
They're
No
both-
offense, fully.
All right, Gabby.
So, Tommy, thank you so much.
You're
Also,
welcome.
you mentioned it. If you want to contribute to the GoFundMe for Chris Bray, I will put the link on the YouTube as well.
On the YouTube.
On my YouTube channel. So you can go to that. Everyone in the pro wrestling community has beautifully come together. We're sending such positive vibes and prayers to Chris during this time. So thank you so much. And thank you, Tommy, for joining. I love you, even though you are crazy.
Bye, Gabby.
Bye, Tommy.
Your torso of your head looks the same size as the torso of your body.
I don't,
Like, if I do this,
well, my belly button's here.
I don't even want to see that. And why you keep pulling up your pants while we're on? You're not moving.
I didn't want my
It's like-
belly out.
but your head is the same size as your shoulders to your belly button.
Can I just tell you something? I have a huge head. Like,
I know this.
like I'm like a Bratz doll. And the fact that I keep losing weight and the size of my head isn't getting smaller is a point of concern. Because I don't think my body balances itself. I look like I'm going to tip over.
My daughters call me bird feeder head because I have a giant Frankenstein head. It's also fat. But I will tell you the times that I was attacked by many birds more than once the next time I come on.
Okay. Can't wait for that one.
Your head. Okay, I got to go.
Bye. Thanks, Tommy.
Peace.
It's about to get Gabby AF.
We bout to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF. We bout to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF.